So earlier today, I was on the old Instagram, in between working. I was looking at my phone as usual, and I saw Hamzat Shemaev posted a video of early on in his career. He he hit a double leg on, I can't remember the guy's name, but I think the guy was like a state champion wrestler or whatnot. It was wide out in the open. Hamzat mixing his striking and wrestling together beautifully as always, gets in on a deep double, circles around, elevates the dude onto his shoulders, walks him the length of the cage, and just dumps him on his head. And he captioned it. He said, "Hey, Israel Adesanya, do you want to fly?" And guys, I have to say, I think we saw some foreshadowing in that for sure. I mean, as you know, Hamzat's on the books to fight Leon Edwards at the end of this month or December, I can't remember. And that's going to be, an awesome fight, but I don't think the Hamzat Shemaev fight, hype dies, anywhere close to there. I think that, we have a weird situation at middleweight, guys. I mean, in my opinion, we do have a very talented champion that has rose to 20-0 and dominated everybody, but it's one of those situations where I don't think that he's been tested the way that other champions have tested him. I don't think he's had a guy that brings the skill set that Hamzat has. I think the closest thing he had to that was Yoel Romero. We keep seeing these like Israel Adesanya striker versus striker matchup guys, and I'll tell you, I know at this point I've kind of established myself as, I guess, what the community would call an Izzy hater, but I'll give credit where credit's due. Dana White came out last press conference and said that they're in the works of making Jan Blachowicz and Israel Adesanya for, the 205, light heavyweight championship of the world. And I don't like that matchup, and it's not because, I don't want to see Izzy become champion of two weight classes and be double champ, because I think, if I'm making Vegas odds on that, I'm making Israel Adesanya a 2-1 favorite at this point. I think skill-wise and footwork and speed, I think he would outclass Jan, from a technicality standpoint. Jan Blachowicz has that knockout power. I mean, who knows? I think he could knock Izzy out, but if I'm making, betting odds, I'm saying Izzy's a 2-1 favorite. I think they have him as a little bit, heavier of a favorite than a 2-1. But the point I'm trying to get around to is I think that Israel Adesanya has proven himself to be the most dominant striker in MMA. I don't see anybody beating him in a stand-up bout. And as much as I hate to say it, I don't see John Jones beating him in a stand-up bout. I think John Jones, if that fight happens, is going to pressure him into the fence, is going to dirty box him, is going to take him down, is going to ground and pound him, is going to impose his strength and size. But I don't see, like people like Robert Whittaker. I mean, Robert Whittaker turned down the Izzy fight straight up. Has beat two top contenders since losing that fight and losing the belt, and just doesn't want to fight for the title. He doesn't, I don't think he believes he can beat Israel Adesanya, and I sure as hell don't want to see the Paulo Costa rematch. And there's just nobody at middleweight right now for Izzy, except for Hamzat Shemaev, who is still unranked at middleweight and welterweight. But, dude, I mean, I don't know. We might see some crazy bumping around. I just don't know, because if he goes out there and smashes Leon the way that I know that he can, I mean, what's to say, he doesn't, say fuck welterweight, I want to fight, for the middleweight title, and does him beating a top welterweight, contender. Does that qualify him for a middleweight title shot? No, but look at the division. There's nobody there, man. Like there's nobody there that Izzy hasn't proven himself against. I mean, what I'm saying is I haven't seen Izzy go out there and perform against somebody who is a great wrestler and whose sole game plan is to take him down and grind him out and fuck him up. We haven't seen him have to solve that puzzle, and I want to see it. Will I get my wish? No, because, well, probably not, just because, it's my fucking luck, how life goes. But, I mean, I don't want to see Jan Blachowicz versus not Anderson Silva. Can't talk today. I don't want to see Jan versus Israel Adesanya right now. I want to see Glover get that title shot at 205. And then we have some leeway, some lag time with Izzy. And I don't really know what matchups to make at middleweight. But boy, would it be crazy if Khamzat Chimaev got that title shot. Because if he did, I think Israel Adesanya is going to go flying. I think he's going to elevate him with a double leg. I think he's going to dump him on his prissy ass. I think he's going to pound his head in. And I believe, if given the opportunity, Khamzat Chimaev would be your middleweight champion of the world.